everybody. Welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. Today we're doing our weekly tarot pick a pile card reading, and today's topic is messages from the archangels meant to find you. Okay, so these will be messages that the archangels want you to know. It could be any archangel about any topic whatsoever that they want to send through today. Okay, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you run across this, it should be relevant to you if you feel it resonates with you to watch it. There are 3 piles to choose from. There's pile 1 with the red crystal, pile 2 with the blue crystal, and pile 3 with the clear crystal. Okay? We're going to give you some time to reflect on the piles, and when you're ready, there will be timestamps in the description that will lead you directly to your pile. We will be doing charms and our oracle spheres with these readings, as well as the tarot and oracle cards. And so you can be thinking of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. All right, we're going to give you some time to reflect, and when you're ready, we'll see your reading. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. This is messages from the archangels meant to find you, those of you that chose the red crystal. And we have your messages here. We also are going to be doing our charms and our oracle spheres. So you could be thinking of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. All right, so let's find out what messages the archangels have for you today. We have the 9 of Cups. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, the World card, the King of Swords, the Wheel, Judgment, and Indigo and Crystal Children. This is from Archangel Metatron. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Okay, so that's one important message for you to look at. That's one message, but let's see what else we have here in the tarot cards. Well, first of all, one of the things that comes through with this card here is your natural ability to communicate and your creativity. I feel like the angels want you to know that you have a unique quality of communication, a creative way of communicating, and in that way, that would be particularly useful to children. Okay, so maybe they're just letting you know that you have this ability so that you can utilize it, or that, because maybe you haven't been using it for children for counseling or teaching or guidance for children, and you have a very creative way of putting things. You have a unique way of putting things that resonates with children very well, and that helps them. Okay, so that's one thing that's coming out in the reading that the angels wanted you to know. Okay, so however that resonates with you, or whatever you can do with that. The other thing I'm getting, one other thing that I'm getting, is the need for you to get balance in your life. Right now, I get the energy that you are off balance, that you have had some changes coming along recently, some things that have kind of happened that have kind of thrown you out of whack, that have kind of left you feeling adrift or uncertain of yourself, because you were well on your way to achieving something or completing something that you've been wanting to complete, or you were well on your way of completing a goal of some sort, and then something kind of knocked you off course. Something kind of threw you for a loop. It kind of turned your world a little topsy turvy. It threw you off balance. Okay, and what the angels want you to know is that you can still complete your task, but it will look different than what you originally intended, but that's a good thing. It will actually be better for you. It will actually turn out to be much better in the long run. The the way things have changed up now is going to, you can still complete your task, you can still reach your goals, you can still manifest the things that you wanted to have, but that now it's things are going to come to you in a better, more clear, concise way, a more practical way, a more solid, with a solid foundation, and with special learning and knowledge behind it that you didn't have before. Okay, and so that is another thing that the angels kind of wanted you to keep in mind, is that you're thrown off balance right now, but that you can create that balance back in your life again. You can get that, and you can complete the goals that you were working towards, and they will turn out better than you thought originally. Won't turn out the way you had thought originally. Things will have changed up some, but it will be better than it was going to be the way you thought of it originally. Okay, so that's kind of exciting news and kind of cool. Let's go on to your charms here, and let's see what other messages we might have here. Okay, we do have the number 7. That does denote the change. That also does denote spirituality and connection with spirit and the angels. And I do feel like maybe you have been connecting with them a little bit more than you have in the past, maybe, and so forth. We have another 5 of Swords energy that just goes to show the change that you've gone through and how topsy-turvy it made you, and some things like that. Okay, so with the 5, here's another 7 of clubs. So with the 5s and the 7s, it definitely denotes that change that you've been feeling, that you've been having, and so forth. You have another 9 of cups energy, and so forth. So this has kind of messed you up a little bit emotionally. This shakeup that you've been having, it's really messed you up. You do have the winged moon, and a lot of times that's a message for me from somebody who has passed on or from the angels. So I think that's just a confirmation that they're with you, that they're helping support you during this trying time, that they are comforting you and so forth. Okay. Also, with the 7 here and so forth, you have had some wounds a little bit from this topsy-turvy thing going on, but you will come out victorious. You will come out in the long run with things the better. Okay, the 3 of Cups here, once again, more of that creative energy we were talking about earlier. Also, leaning on friends and family could be useful right now, and so forth. You have a couple of other, you have one other card. You have the 2 of Diamonds, which is the 2 of Pentacles again. It's interesting how so many of your tarot cards showed up in the charms as well. That just reinforces those messages. The 2 of Pentacles has to do with that balance and being off balance and needing to get back into balance again. And so it's just showing that one more time, just like the 5 of Swords was showing the conflict and the topsy-turviness. And the Nine of Cups was showing how you were, getting close to completing your goal, but kind of got knocked off course a little bit, and um, how it kind of affected you emotionally and so forth. So, all of those energies are all there. You do have a T and a P, or a PT, that can stand for physical therapy, or other things. Those could be initials. Those could mean specific words to you when you think of them. Whatever makes sense to you when you see those letters. You do have the kitty here, and this is kind of the mystical kitty. To me, that just kind of shows some magical connection that you have right now, and some magical abilities. We were talking about with the card here earlier, connection you might have with indigo children or other special children like that. That is a spiritual connection. That is a special magical connection, that you have that ability. And we talked about your creative way of communicating with them and so forth. And the kitty just kind of reinforces that. It shows that connection, that special ability that you have. You also have the forever charm, which usually to me when that shows up, that usually means that somebody is showing how much you guys are linked together forever, that no matter what you go through, that you're still bonded. Okay, so however that resonates with you, that's what that message means. You also have the field notes charm, and this is kind of important. I feel like the angels want you to journal and write down things that you are feeling, thinking, things that have happened to you. Kind of get it all out there. That is one, first of all, it's a cathartic way of healing. Second of all, it'll help you get your thoughts in order. Also, if you want to put down, how you feel about things or what you would like to get out of this or other things, that also helps with manifestations and other issues like that. So I really feel like writing or journaling about this situation could be very beneficial of getting you back on that firmer ground, that equal footing, that more balanced nature that we've been talking about. You also have the money bags, which I really like, because to me that shows the abundance and the special rewards or manifestations you're going to get out of this situation. That it's going to be, really filled. Not necessarily money, it could be, but it's going to be special things in your life, that you're going to receive based on this situation, and and it's going to come to you in abundance type of level. All right, let's move on to our oracle spheres. This is where you ask a yes or no question that you would like to get an answer to, and then we go out and we get your answers. All right, so we have 4 different stands. We have our reddish plum stand here. We have gold, we have green, and silver. You decide which stand you'd like to get your answer on, and you think of your question, we go out and get it. Number 1 is very likely. And that was the plum colored stand, or the reddish stand. Ooh. Number 2, gold, is a not now. Number 3, green, is a very likely. And a number 4, silver, is a not likely. So we have a very likely, a not now, a very likely, and a not likely. So there are your Oracle Sphere answers for today. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. If you liked the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and share the channel with your friends and family. That's very important. Also, do check out our other videos. I can't even describe how many and what types of videos we have on the channel. Just check them out, and hopefully you'll find some that you appreciate there. We do these readings at least once a week, and we have our daily messages from Spirit. So we'll see you again. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your messages from the archangels meant to find you. You chose the blue crystal here. We have your messages here. We also are going to be doing our charms as well as our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. So let's see what kind of messages they have to say today. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Moon card. We have the Ten of Cups. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords. The King of Cups. The Two of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The King of Wands. Wow. Okay. And then we have You Are Safe. This is from Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. Okay, so that's a really nice message that he's helping to protect you from things that might be out there or that you're worried about. And that's really good to know because you do have the Ten of Swords energy, which I really like with this reading, because the Ten of Swords quite often can mean that you've suffered some sort of loss, some sort of major conflict, backstabbing, major issues. The Ten of Swords quite often means almost the death of something, not literal death, but like an ending of a cycle, and then moving on and moving forward. And that energy is nice because in this particular meaning, because you also have the Ten of Cups. So the two together, along with this card here, saying that you're safe, basically whatever had been causing you problems, oppressing you, trying to think of the word, I'm trying to think of things that you were battling, things that you were dealing with, that should now be over, and you're moving towards a better Ten of Cups energy, which is a more emotionally fulfilling, happy, cheerful, wonderful type of energy, partly because Archangel Michael is there protecting you against these forces and these things. And then the rest of the cards show some really beautiful things coming forward here. The Ace of Cups is the new beginning, the new start, the new abundance and overflowing energies. The Ten of Cups is also kind of an abundance type of energy where you get, pretty much everything you'd like to have. You also have the Eight of Cups, which to me, usually the Eight of Cups is depicted by there's 8 cups stacked up and then the person is moving on. They move forward. It's like they've completed one task and now they are moving on to the next task. And the Ten of Swords energy has that vibe as well. But in this particular card, it's more of this flowing energy. The eights also often deal with work and money matters and things like that. And with you having the Ace of Cups with, the abundance energies of that, it's very possible that money-wise, things should be, or material-wise, things materially in, universe. This could be love, because cups definitely deal with love and relationships, and you have some really good cups energy. This could deal with money matters, career. This could deal with other things, earthly matters that you've been wanting in your life, reaching you and starting to overflow and be special. With the 2 kings here, the King of Wands is that wonderful, fiery, passionate energies going on there. And then we have the King of Cups, which once again, it's that emotional. It's interesting how you have both really emotional happiness and stability as well as fiery passion. So this could mean relationships for sure. This could very much be dealing with your relationships, or at least something that you really care emotionally about. The Two of Wands is also showing this possible journey where you are moving forward from a situation. You're deciding which path to take. You're deciding which way to go. You're deciding what your next move is. Those kinds of energies. And with the Ace of Cups being a new start and a beginning, that makes perfect sense. You know, it's that whole energy moving forward there. You'll also have the Moon card, which is another emotional type of energy. So I feel like whatever has been going on, whatever battles you've been having to fight, whatever, because, you know, the Knight of Swords is depicting maybe some battles and things. Whatever journey you've been on lately, whatever you've been having to deal with, whatever you've been working on and moving forward from, has a huge emotional component to it. It's a very emotional thing for you. It's something that you've had to deal with emotionally. And it is something that you're passionate about or have fiery feelings about. It invokes some deep passions in you, okay? And that's why I said it might be relationship driven. So maybe you guys have come off of a very, very bad relationship, or maybe even somebody who was harmful to you, either psychologically or physically in some way. I get that energy from some of you for sure. Or it could be other bad situations like that you're coming off of now and moving forward from, if it's not that. But it is something that you're definitely emotionally attached with, and something that you have very deep-seated, fiery, passionate emotions about, okay? So that'll let you know kind of what Archangel Michael's talking about. But by him saying that you're now safe, that he is watching over you, he's guarding you, he's guiding you, he's helping you, here is a very important energy here, because maybe you haven't felt very safe. Maybe you haven't felt like you could move forward from this, or that you were finally away from you know, whatever has caused this kind of emotional things. Maybe you haven't felt that way, but by knowing that he's helping guard against some of these evils or bad things or things that have been going on, that will help you move forward and help you start to get back on a better even keel and move forward with your life and do some things like that. So that's a really good message to have. It's something that should really help you guys along. Why don't we look at your charms and see if there's any other messages that he might have for you, or any other angels might have, and let us know about that, okay? All right. Let's take a look and see. Ooh. Well, we have the money bags come out. We also have the Key of Pentacles. I really like that. Because those, to me, show that you have the key to your own abundance. You have the key to reaching things in your power by being there for you. We do have the message dove here. That to me shows that the angels will be sending you messages and guidance. So be on the lookout for those things. Pay attention to those things. But that you do have the key to your own success and abundance here. So they're letting you know that you already have that available to you. I really like that. You also have the lantern here as well, which shows that you have the guiding light to guide you in the right direction. You also have the miracle energy, which I like as well, because it shows that miracles can kind of show up in your life, things that you didn't expect, things that you would consider miracles or well within your reach at the moment. They can very much show up at any time. They can very much happen. You do have the butterfly and the mermaid, which are both transformational energies, which to me that shows that you are undergoing a transformation that and you'll turn into something wonderful and beautiful at the end of it. So that it's a message that to let you know that you're undergoing the transformation, but also that the outcome is going to be a good one and be beautiful, okay? So that's really nice to know. And we do have a snake here. So I really feel like there has been kind of, first of all, the snake can denote knowledge And I do feel like maybe you've gained some knowledge from this experience or from this thing. But also I feel like oftentimes when I see snakes, because I grew up in an area where snakes were highly feared, because most of them were venomous and poisonous, and we had a lot of them. So to me, snakes often denote more of the negative connotations of snakes rather than the more beneficial connotations. In your reading, I'm getting the idea that there may have been a snake in the grass sort of person that had been causing problems and issues, or maybe even physically threatening you, or emotionally threatening you, or damaging you in some way, or causing problems. I get that feeling. I mentioned it earlier in the reading, and it may not resonate with all of you for sure, but it is a feeling that's highly coming through. So I really feel like a lot of you watching this pile, it will resonate with you, and it will be, something you'll understand. If it doesn't, then maybe that particular message wasn't for you, or this pile wasn't for you, or something. But I just letting you know that that is the energy I'm getting here, and so that'll either let you know you're on the right pile, the right track, or that maybe the other messages made sense, but not this one. Okay, so we'll just let you take or leave whatever there that you need to. We do have the elephant, which to me shows strength. It shows compassion. It shows love of family. It shows knowledge. When I think of elephants, I think of how smart they are and how much memory they have and knowledge they have, and that kind of thing. So I really feel like that goes along with the knowledge that we talked about earlier. But it also shows strength. It shows you have more strength than you realize. It shows that you also have kind of a pack on your side. You have elephants are very true to their family and community. And I do feel like you guys have a community around you and surrounding you and helping you and protecting you. And that's something that's important for you to know, because sometimes we don't always realize we have those connections. We don't always realize how much those can mean to us. You do have the Three of Hearts, which is the Three of Cups, which also shows that energy to me. It shows that community energy, that strength that you can get from your community. We do have the sheep, and sheep also go in flocks and in communities. And sometimes we think of sheep as being kind of weak and, kind of off on their own, but they're also strong because they do have a whole flock. You do have a whole pack around you, and that's the energy that I feel like you need to know, is that you have a whole group surrounding you, in angels for one, but also in your human group and groups that you have. Okay, there are 3 letters here. There's AUR. That might mean something specifically to you. It might be initials. You might think of words when you see those letters. I usually let you guys kind of figure that out for yourself, unless something comes to me specifically. The only thing I thought of was college, like a university, like an AU or an RU university. And that might have to do with the knowledge that you were learning and so forth. But there could be quite a few other meanings there, so I'm going to let you guys work with that. Let's go ahead and go on to our Oracle Spheres. This is where you can think of your yes or no question that you can get an answer to. We have 4 different stands for you to choose from. We have our kind of wine-colored one here. We have gold, green, and silver. You decide which one you'll get your answer on. You think of a yes or no question, and then we'll go out and we'll get our answers. All right. So here we go. Number 1, the plum one, or kind of wine-colored one, is not likely. Number 2 is not now. Number 3, green, is a yes. And number 4, silver, is a yes. So we have a not likely, a not now, a yes, and a yes. So there's your Oracle Sphere answers. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up and share the channel with your friends and family. It's very, very important to us. Also, we put these types of readings out every week, and we do our daily messages from Spirit. So do check those out, as well as all the other videos on the channel. I can't even begin to describe what's out there. So just give those a look over and see if there's any of those that you would like to watch as well. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your messages from the archangels that are meant to find you. You chose the clear crystal here. We have your messages here. We also have our charms that we'll be looking at for messages, and then we'll do our oracle spheres. That's where you think of your yes or no question that you can get an answer to. So let's find out what the angels have to say today. We have the Star card. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the Death card. Okay. We have the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Swords. The Princess of Swords. The 4 of Pentacles. And the Magician. Healthy lifestyle. This one's from Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. Well, that's always good advice no matter what. But I get the feeling that maybe some of you guys have kind of let yourself go a little bit. I get an energy with quite a few cards here that you guys have had some unhealthy thoughts, worries, anxieties, fears, those kinds of things. And, you know, those kinds of things cause ulcers. They cause poor sleep. They cause a lot of those, and they can cause illnesses and so forth because we let our bodies run down. And so with that energy going on and with that card that showed up, I feel like the message is make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you eat well, you meditate if you need to help relax, you do other things to help you relax and smile and laugh and do things like that, because that will help relieve some of the anxieties and pressures and other things that you're feeling. And that, it's important to eat well, sleep well, and exercise. All of those things, which I know it's hard to get all those things in our daily lives, but all of those things will help have you have a better outlook. It'll help keep you from getting ill. It'll help some of these anxieties and pressures and other things that you have going on, because I really get the energy that you guys have a lot of anxiousness, fear. I really feel like a lot of it is surrounding money or work-related matters. I feel like a lot of you guys are worried about, maybe you've lost your job, or you don't have a very high-paying job, and you're not sure you're going to pay the bills, or you're worried you're going to lose your job, or you're worried you're not going to have enough money to pay for bills or other things. I feel like that's kind of an energy going on in this reading for a lot of you. I feel like you're feeling a lack right now, for sure, and that you're feeling like there isn't enough, and you're worried about how you're going to get enough. Okay, I very much have that feeling for you guys. If that doesn't resonate with you, maybe this wasn't the right pile. I am always more than willing to recognize that sometimes, piles aren't for certain people. I watch a lot of pick-a-pile readings myself, and every once in a while I'll pick a pile that just does not resonate with me. Or sometimes when I go to look at the video and I'm like, none of the piles really, none of the numbers jumped out at me right away or things, but I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it anyway, and then it just doesn't really resonate with me. Sometimes the messages aren't for you there. Okay, and if that is the case, that's perfectly fine. That happens. You might look for other videos out there that might be for you. Or if this doesn't resonate with you, but you still feel like you want to compelled to watch it, maybe there is a message coming up that might mean something to you. You can glean something. But There's nothing wrong with if a pile just doesn't work, either picking a different one or just realizing that that particular reading wasn't for you. Okay, because that is very much the energy I'm getting today. In that you guys have this kind of feeling, and it is a feeling of lack. It is a feeling of worry about how are you going to cover everything, do everything, and so forth. Okay, now here's the good news. Okay, yeah, you guys have been having that kind of anxiousness, and I really do feel like it is in relation to money and work and other issues like that. I feel like that's mostly the case here. But what the good news is you guys have a couple of really cool cards that show that that worry, that anxiety, that other thing can actually be overcome, and that you can actually manifest the money and the job or whatever you need, uh, to cover things or whatever into your life. Okay, you actually have that power within you. We all do, but this is showing that it's well within your reach. It's not as impossible as you think, and it's there. You have the magician, ultimate manifester. He can bring anything into existence that he wants to, or that she wants to. The magician can do it. And by you having that card, it means you have the ability to tap into that energy already at your fingertips, where some people might have to really, really work at it. You guys can actually do it without having to work super hard. You might have to study up a little bit on how to make this happen, or you might need to, try to get yourself out of this mind frame you've been in, because that makes it very hard to manifest the things that you want. But it's available and it's right there. Okay. You also have the star card. The star card, to me, shows your connection with spirit, your connection to the other world, you think of wishing upon a star, as getting, your wishes and other dreams fulfilled. And so by you having these energies in your reading, it shows that you can very much manifest the things in your life that you need and that you want. Okay. And I think that goes back to the message of sleep, exercise, and eating well, because it's been proven that exercise we actually are stronger and healthier, and the hours that we're awake are more productive if we get some exercise. And as far as eating well, if you eat junk food or a bunch of junk, what goes in, basically, you are what you eat, if you've ever heard that. That's very much true. If we take in too much things that aren't that good, there isn't enough good to draw off of to be able to put the good back out there. Okay, it runs you down, it makes you sick, it makes it worse with any anxieties or other things that you have, because literally your body is trying to digest things that aren't that good for it, and it's not pulling out the good nutrients. So the negative energies that you have perpetuate themselves. Okay, it's really how that works. And then also, as far as enough sleep goes, if you don't get enough sleep, or if your anxieties are keeping you awake or making it hard for you to sleep, that once again can run you down. It can help create that. If you work on all those things, and those do take effort, trust me, I know, especially the exercise one. I'm not good at that one at all. If you work at those things, it will help give you a better positive attitude. It will help you be able to manifest what you need into your life a lot easier. Okay? Because one of the things that stops us from being able to manifest what we want is negative thoughts and energies and attitudes. Because usually like attracts like. And if you have too much negative things that you're thinking about, then you're attracting negative things towards you, more so than the positive things. Okay, so if you're worrying and you're upset, you're going to attract more of that worry and upset than if you're not worried and upset. So whatever you can do to put yourself in a better thought process. And eating and exercising and sleeping help with those matters, for one. But for two, do what you can to help yourself smile, laugh, do other things to help bring up your endorphins, help skive off or shiv off some of those energies surrounding you. Whatever you can do, whatever's out there that's possible for you to do that you can think of, do the things that make you happy. Watch videos that you enjoy. Pretty much, this is individual, so it's up to you guys. But, if you like a TV show that makes you smile every time you see it, because either it's funny or you like the characters or stuff, then definitely binge watch, if you can. If you like watching funny cat videos on YouTube, go watch funny cat videos on YouTube. If you, one of the things that makes me smile is watching my animals at home. Like if they play with each other or if they, go do something else. That makes me smile and feel good almost all the time. And no matter what kind of day I've had, if I come home and I am greeted by them, it instantly makes me feel better. So that's one of the things that helps me out. Well, if you have a pet or an animal, that might be something that helps you out. Or sitting, in a park and watching children play sometimes can do that. Whatever works for you, whatever usually makes you smile or laugh or feel better. I would recommend doing that because I feel like that will help with your manifestation energies as well. And that is definitely something along with the diet, exercise, and sleep that we're talking about here. Let's move on to our charms. There might be some other messages or some other advice or some other things to look at here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, let's see what we've got. Okay, what's for you will not pass you. That's important because if you guys are in the energy of worrying about being in a lack or not having enough or not getting it, don't worry. The universe has a tendency to bring about whatever we need, whatever we're supposed to have, they bring it about. And that's where trust and believing comes in. You have both of those charms here. So that's something important to know. We do have a couple of unicorns here, and we also have a flying reindeer. We have a couple of reindeers. We have a couple of uniforms and a couple of unicorns and a couple of reindeer. And what I love about those energies is that magical wish fulfillment type of energy. You guys are in that type of energy that's surrounding you right now. I mean, look at that. 4 charms that indicates that you guys can bring about your wishes and your dreams, and also that you're unique. Because we have Rudolph. Rudolph was a very unique, even for a reindeer, and flying reindeer are unique as well. Unicorns are unique figures and special, and I believe the universe wants you to know how special you are. You also have 2 butterflies, which to me shows some wonderful transformational energy. It also shows me beauty. We have some swan energy as well, which also shows beauty. It also shows that transformational energy because I think of the ugly duckling turning into the beautiful swan. We also have the comb, which shows beauty. So there's a lot of beauty going on here, or a lot of... The angels want you to know how beautiful you are, how unique of an individual, how beautiful, your unique talents and other things that you have that you can bring forth, that maybe you just don't even realize that you have. But you guys have some very magical, spiritual... unicorns are magical. So are reindeer, flying reindeer, Rudolph, Christmas reindeer. They're very magical creatures. And this is the way for the angels to let you know that you are magical. Like I said, with the Star card and the Magician card, you've got those magical abilities in, just in spades. They're out there. You just have them. And, everybody has them, but a lot of people have trouble tapping into them. You guys can tap into them a lot easier than most. And that is something important for you to know, that the angels would like for you to know, and the universe is trying to let you know. You also have the Three of Pentacles. That also shows magical ability. It shows creative ability. Threes are very magical numbers. They're very creative numbers. Pentacles, once again, that has to do with money and earthly matters and things like that. So I think it's just once again showing you that you can bring forth what you need. You have that ability to do so. You also have the four-leaf clover love key. So if you guys, you should be quite lucky in love. If this has anything to do with love matters or with partnership matters, you do have the parrots here, coming together. And we have the swans being together there that show love as well. So what I kind of see with those charms kind of all together there is that you should have a loving energy involved here that you should be able to rely on. You should be able to tap into that energy, that loving energy, and so forth. If you're not with somebody that you have that feeling about, or if you don't have a child or a parent or somebody like that that you feel that close to, then maybe there is somebody getting ready to come into your life that's going to help fulfill that role for you. But that is the energy I'm getting there, is that there is somebody out there that you have a deep connection with, that you have a deep love with, that you can rely on, depend upon, and that, so forth. So since most of the reading I thought was you dealing with money matters and career and things like that, it's interesting how some of these love things came about. It's also showing how much the angels love you as well. In the universe, and they're embracing you, and their love is going to help energize you. It's going to help you do things. Also, the other message involved with that is that if you can bring love into your life, if you can bring it upon yourself to bring forth love for somebody else, it will help with your manifestations that we were talking about earlier, because love is the strongest magic of all. Okay? That sounds kind of cliche, and I don't mean it to. It's just that's the way the message came out. We also have the letter S. I thought of Superman when I think of that. Once again, very strong, very special. It also could stand for the word special. I keep hearing that word a lot in this reading, is how special you guys are. And so I guess that's a very, very strong message, is you are special. Okay? You are very, very special. I hear that so strongly in this reading. I got it earlier with the tarot cards, but even more so with the charms. So I just really want you guys to know how special you are. Okay? Because the whole reading just screams at it. Okay? Let's go ahead and move on to your oracle spheres, and that way you can get your question answered. You think of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to, and we have 4 different stands for you to pick from. We have our kind of plum, reddish color, wine color one here. We have green, we have gold, and we have silver. So you pick which stand you'd like to get your answers on, and we'll go out and get your answers. Number 1 is a not likely. Number 2, green, is a yes. Number 3, gold, is a no. And number 4, silver, is a very likely. Whee! Okay, so we have a not likely, a yes, a no, and a very likely. So there are your Oracle Sphere answers. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. If you like the reading, please remember to give it a thumbs up and share the channel with your friends and family. Do check out our videos. With these type of videos, we put out at least once a week. We also have our daily messages from Spirit and a ton of videos on the channel that are on so much different stuff. I can't even describe what's out there on those, so those are worth checking out as well. We look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.